Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video. So today I thought we'd do something a little bit different, kind of stray away from the reels for a little bit, where I'm just showcasing some crystal confetti example scoops. And I thought, it's 2025, let's make a brand new affirmation board. I think these work amazingly well. It's so much fun. It kind of gets you into the spirit, it gets you into the right mindset. For me, it raises my vibrations, and I believe that it helps put what I'm looking for, what I'm looking to manifest, what I'm wanting for myself, for my family, for my life. By doing this, it helps me put that out into the universe. So I'm going to show you the one that I've had for the last couple of years. I really should have been changing it up each year. And look, to be honest, a lot of these things haven't changed. I still want a lot of them, but I just want to redesign it. I want to put some new things up there because some of it is quite out of date. And yeah, I thought I'd take you along with me while I fix up my affirmation board. All right, so this is the affirmation board that I have had for the last couple of years. So up here I have everything that I want to manifest in regards to financial abundance. I really want to do well with my small business. And one of my massive goals is my own house. Now, as someone who is a single income earner, buying my own house, I won't be able to do on my salary alone. So that is where financial abundance comes into play. And I have a few little affirmations here, as well as some photographs of the sorts of houses and interior design that I would love for my own home. So yeah, that's the current one. We're going to fix this up today, and we are going to update it and make it look so much cooler. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go onto Pinterest, and as you can see here, my feed is basically Bollywood stars. But I'm going to print out a couple of pictures that I feel really speak to me. I do already have quite a few boards that have to do with like manifestation and everything like that as well. So these are the unorganized ideas, but it's basically sort of things like this. Let's see if I can find them. Okay, so this board here is manifesting my dream home. So as you can see, a lot of them is just these really beautiful pictures of the exterior of houses, interiors. I even have certain places in the world, like I love the whole Greek sort of and Indian style sort of house and design. So I'm going to go and select a couple of these, and I'll also find some affirmations as well. And we might even include pictures like this one as well. I think this is amazing. I wish she was a redhead because that's what I am, so it would kind of feel like a little bit more connected to me. But we'll add pictures like this as well, and I'll put them into a brand new board, and then I'll show you along the way as well. And then that's just easier for me to organize what I want to print as well for my new board. One thing I will mention as well when it comes to affirmations, you have to speak in the present tense. So your affirmations have to be basically along the lines of, I have this already, or I am this already. For example, I am manifesting 10 million this week. Or things like, basically you want to say that you already have it, and you want to try and get into that mindset. You want to try and get into, I believe that's where the law of assumption comes into. It's basically I ams or I have already. So make sure that you're saying your affirmations correctly as well, and you have to be specific. The universe does like to play tricks and has a wicked sense of humor, so make sure you are being very accurate. What else can I tell you? Oh yes, always be grateful. Show gratitude for what you do already have. Otherwise, it's just going to look like you're being greedy. But definitely write down, if you struggle to think of things off the top of your head, write down things that you already have that you are grateful for, and you'll be putting that positive energy out into the universe. All right, so I'm still in Pinterest, and one thing that I would actually love to do in 2025 is travel, and I would love to go to India. So I'm going to have a look through some of these pictures here, like possibly this one, because it does says travel bucket list. And I'm going to add some of them to my new manifestation board. And hopefully that will help me as well to get a clearer picture of my goals for traveling for 2025. Because yes, I would love to visit incredible India. But yeah. Okay, so this picture here is one of the first ones I added to my new board, and it's basically because I love how this looks outside. I have always wanted one of these natural looking pools, so not your generic sort of square or rectangular or circular pool, but one that looks like it's a little lake or a river surrounded by greenery and rocks. So that's the first thing that I have added to my new board. Another one that I'm going to add is this one here. I do feel that adding the interior designs is probably a little bit more achievable than the outside, because of course you're not going to be able to necessarily, obviously depending where you live, but manifest the exact house that you're wanting. Like obviously you can to a degree, but like for example, this house here, if I was to like try and manifest that, I think that might be, I always say definitely dream big, but I think that might be a little bit out of reach because someone might already be occupying it, or it could be like a national heritage site or something like that. So I find that definitely grabbing interior designs is probably much more achievable, but of course it's all about the power of belief as well. So you need to be able to believe that you have power. As you can see here, some of these listings, these were actual houses that were available at the time that I had created this board, and these houses are no longer available. They have already sold. So in these sorts of instances, you could include something like this, but I think I'm just going to stick with a general overview and probably, as I said, mostly interiors. Okay, the next Pinterest board that I'm going to pull pins from is my life manifestations. So these have obviously affirmations for financial abundance, for blessing others. There's even the law of assumption affirmations. Ignore that beautiful picture of Prabhas. No, I'm not going to go there. So obviously, yes, obviously a lot of it has to do with financial abundance, but there's things in here as well for happiness and for freedom. So I'm going to take a look through these and then pick the ones that I think will be best fitted. Like I love this one here. I think that one's also a great one. So let's put that in the new board. I'm going to have a look through and then pick some new affirmations for 2025. Okay, so this is what I currently have in this board. There are a few things I'm going to keep secret just because they are quite personal to me and I'm not going to showcase them. But as you can see, I've got a lot of affirmations. I really feel like negative self-talk has been something that happened a lot in 2024. So I really want to improve on my affirmations for this year to get into that abundance mindset. So yeah, what we're going to do next is we're going to print these onto some good quality cardstock or photo stock, and then we get to put the board together, which is going to be the most fun. Okay, so I've downloaded everything that I am wanting to print out for my board, and I'm going to select a couple at a time and just go into print. And I do have 300 gram cardstock, which is the same as like regular printing paper, but it's thicker and it's better quality. So it's not going to tear as easily, and it's just going to look nicer and be firmer on the board. Okay, so I've printed everything out now, and now it's just time to cut everything up, and then I'll show you a rough sort of layout of what I'm going to put on my new board. Now, one thing I did forget to mention at the beginning was you don't have to change this yearly. You could change it every 3 months, every 6 months. You could change it every month if you wanted to. The reason for that being is that the things that you want, the things that you're wanting to manifest and bring into your life, they're going to change. I had a look at what I had on the board before when I took everything off, and a lot of that just isn't relevant anymore. But definitely leave some space as well. You don't have to fill it up entirely all at once, because then you'll be able to add to it throughout the year. So I'm going to cut these, and then when I come back, I'm going to show you the rough layout of how I like to set up my board. but it's just a guide. You don't have to do it this way. It's definitely best that you do it however you want to do it because it's your manifestation board. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I have the rough layout for my board. I am not 100% happy with it, so I'm going to play around a little bit more. But you can see that I've left these spaces blank. That is to add to throughout the year. But this space in particular is for something personal that I just don't wish to share. So I have taken that off the board just while I show you. But what I like to do as well is I like to keep them in sections. Otherwise, if it's all jumbled up and together, my brain can't compute and it gets too busy and I feel very overwhelmed and overstimulated, which I feel will then work against me. So here I have my abundance. I might actually move this over here because abundance will also help me with my dream home. But over here, I just have some rough designs that I love that I would love to incorporate in my dream home. Plus I have some of my affirmations up here, which I might also just kind of scatter throughout once I start pinning. And then here will be travel and relationships. And here is just some other things as well, like that have to do with my personality, that have to do with how I look, that sort of thing, just to try and get into a more positive mindset about how I view myself. And of course, a business card as well, which will help with the financial abundance. So I'm going to pin this together and then we can have a final look at it once it's all done. All right, and here is my final, well, not final, final for now, board that I will be able to add to throughout the year. And yeah, I'm actually really quite happy with it. So I'm going to go put it up above my altar and yeah, then I'll be right back. Okay, and now here it is hanging above one of my altars. And I have to say it looks so much better. I can already feel just like a newfound energy coming off it. And I am extremely happy with today's work. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you were able to pick up some tips and some tricks and that you will give this a go yourself. Make your own manifestation board. I think at the beginning of the video I called it an affirmation board. Either way, but really it is a manifestation board. You can even just use Pinterest if you don't want to create your own physical board. I used to add a lot of herbs and everything to mine as well, but since having to move back home, dried herbs are just really hard to come by down in the Redlands. I'd have to go all the way to Camp Hill, and it's just a bit of a drive. And they also don't last long when you've got cats either, because cats like to chew everything. But I'm really happy with what I've got up there. I might even make like a little herb bag and attach that, and just put in some herbs that correlate with manifestations and making your dreams come true and everything like that. But I hope you like this video. The next video I'm actually going to show you how you can create your own aesthetically pleasing affirmation to post on your social medias, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.